I'm just checking to make sure it's showing up over here. It is
We are live.
we are live.
Live.
Actual live. Oh man. All right. So
Live for the new year of the NFL, which just started this last week.
yeah. It was, with the legal tampering, I was confused.
Right.
Like, is it actually starting or is it not starting or what's going on here? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So I'm gonna ignore the elephant in the room for now.
What's that? What's the elephant?
I told you I'm gonna ignore it for now. Let's talk about
I don't.
what has.
I don't want to
actually
ignore
happened.
said elephant.
Let's talk about what's actually happened. How about that first?
Okay.
Here's what we know. You know what? I'm gonna present real quick here and share screen. We'll go entire screen. There we go. And I think is it? Nope, wrong button. There we go.
Theo Jackson.
We have a whole list of them.
Okay.
We gotta get through the purple stuff first because let's just say this is kind of what the Packers been doing. Come on, button work. Take them. Hold on a second. I gotta open this thing up.
You are well prepared over there. I see.
I know I'm very well prepared. No. Okay, so here's what the pack has been doing.
And honestly, I can't even I can't even argue against that because I mean I'm looking at the list of players that have left,
right?
and I'm seeing a fairly good list of stuff that we have to replace.
Yeah.
Because and I don't understand some of them. Some of them kind of hurt a little bit, and I've been surprised by the Packers in the past. Obviously last year I was wrong about a certain running back. But
yeah,
it's making me wonder what's going on for sure.
You were still like, what's going on here?
But the Packers know that they're doing this on a lot of things,
right?
So
Theo Jackson,
purple stuff.
We got lots of purple stuff to get through here. Not that. I'm not really familiar with Theo Jackson, honestly. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't.
It is what it is. It's one of the, but it was earlier signing, so you would think it's yeah. Anyways, next, let's see where we got. Punter just re-signed him. Blah blah blah. Kept him. Aaron Jones, he's back. He's back. 2 more years.
Yeah.
Kind of a.
I mean, we kind of expected that.
Yeah, kind of a solid, keep basically.
We expected that. Yep.
Again, this guy is huge. This guy got 6 interceptions last year, 81 tackles. This guy's a beast. We had to keep him, honestly. And then here's where the beefy stuff starts. Get it? Beefy. Jonathan Allen, he came over from the Washington team.
The team with no name.
The team with, yeah. Well, no, they technically have a name, but I refuse to call them that. That's why I called them the Washington.
It's the team with no name.
You got that horse with no name song in my head now, you jerk.
Riding through the NFL on a team with no name.
Anyways, this guy is Pro Bowl defensive tackle, which we needed we had one good defensive tackle. Yeah, we run the 3-4. I don't know if you know that or not, but so we kind of need 3, and they kind of have done that, and we'll get to the other guy here in a bit. Again, who looks like he used to play for the Buccaneers. Not every signing is going to be a splash signing. Sometimes you have to have people to fill in.
Just got to do the business of football.
This guy just won the Super Bowl because he was on the Eagles this last season. So I don't know if that really means anything other than
Rodgers.
Yeah.
What about that other Rodgers guy?
Here's another beefy guy. All Pro Bowl guard, which has been kind of a touchy subject for Viking fans for the last few years. Our guard positions have sucked.
Yeah.
And this guy looks to really boost that ability. And there's another guy on the offensive line right here, Ryan Kelly, another Pro Bowl. He worked right next to Will Fries, so they're going to have a instant chemistry. Very, very excited about that. So we definitely are looking at picking up the most important parts of a football team, and that is offensive and defensive line. I'm super stoked. Here's the other beefy defensive lineman to go on the other side. This guy was on the Niners last year, but he only played like 3 games. Suffered a torn tricep week 3, LA Rams. But before that, he was a beast. He was a part of their playoff runs and all that fun stuff. You kind of know about him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we know about him.
Kept Harrison Method coming back another year. I think this is going to be his last year, honestly. But I don't know this guy, but I guess it's another tackle because our 2 guys kind of been getting hurt the last few years. Just need some quality backups, I guess. Eric Wilson, just retaining him. That's kind of cool. And that's all the news we have currently that is relevant.
Until the awesome happens.
But it wouldn't be a Minnesota Vikings offseason deal if it wasn't talking about a particular former Green Bay Packer player. Oh, is he going to come here? Because this has been happening for the last 5 years now. This type of conversation, like expecting it to happen. Here's the thing, though. I don't know if it's going to.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been
my prediction. If you're talking about the elephant in the room.
Yeah, the elephant in the room. Yeah,
Okay.
We might as well just get that, taken care of.
Aaron Rodgers wants to follow in the footsteps
Yes.
of that jersey you're wearing right there, actually.
Yeah, this one right
and
here.
You're so proud of it.
Hey, I loved it when he played because pants on the ground. It was fun. It was a fun ride, right? Granted, it ended in typical Favre-like fashion. So I assume it. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying if he does sign with us, we'll probably make it to the NFC Championship game, and he will just not play.
You think it's gonna make it that far, huh?
Well, okay.
Interesting.
In the scenario, based upon what we've seen, the Vikings signing, beefing up basically the whole roster, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
We already have, Pro Bowl wide receiver, future Hall of Famer wide receiver, good running games. Oh, we traded for a guy. I didn't bring him up either. Where is he? No, not that one. Here we go. Forgot about this guy. We traded for Mason, Jordan, the running back for the Niners last year, that filled in nicely.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep. The Niners.
Yeah. We're becoming the Minnesota Niners is what we're doing.
someone's coming to say hi. You want to come
Oh.
this side? Of course, he wants to come that side instead of the side that I gave more room for him
Right,
on.
of course. Always got to be like that. So yeah, we got some
Usually
running
he
game.
wants to be on the other side, so
Yeah,
I made more room for him over there.
that's hilarious. Legit, in the words of what Favre said way back in the day, pieces are in place.
The pieces are in place.
Um,
I'm going to predict he's either going to sign with you guys or he's going to retire.
yeah,
I don't think he goes to another team.
No, another team where it's just like,
Yeah.
you know, because it's just.
I mean, especially with last year, him having what 5 wins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not.
Leave that. What is? Oh, there is a bottle. Where is that? Oh. Ah. There. It was bothering me. All right.
Okay. Yep.
It was green. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Granted, this is green, but these are
Gotcha.
the Minnesota Wild like color
And
scheme.
you don't have
right
your
now.
green screen up right now, so.
No. But.
No.
That is funny. No. So what I've all been reading is the owners and the GM are basically just waiting for Kevin O'Connell because it's his decision.
Yeah.
As this particular situation should be, because they drafted JJ McCarthy to be their future, and that's why they've been doing all these moves, is to basically give him the best possible situation, which makes sense, right? But I think Rodgers is like, hey, just give me 1 year. 1 year. It won't mess them up too much. Just give me 1 year. Let me.
Yep.
And like, I know a lot of Vikings fans are like, no, because
Are you one of them?
I'm on the fence. If he's on the team, I want him to be successful because
Honestly,
that makes the Vikings successful.
As a diehard Packer fan, I think it would be highly entertaining.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Kevin O'Connell, if this is probably a conversation, I would love to be in a fly in the wall in this conversation. But this is gonna be the conversation. Like, you're talented, you know what the F you're doing. You got rocket arms still, probably. We got a really good team here. But any of this BS that's been happening with these other teams you've been doing, and we're just kicking you the curb. Like, it's basically going to be like, don't be a spoiled brat here because it's not going to fly.
Yeah.
Because we've gone away from that type of players in the last few years, and look at what we've really built here. So
yeah, you can't have that in a football team.
Mm-mm.
I mean, when a player thinks they are everything, and
and
everything
I think
revolves around them, that's the issue.
I think that is the biggest pause that O'Connell is having, and like, well, how do I approach this? Like, you're talented, yeah, but you're a bunch of other stuff too that comes with that, and we don't want that. And that's the conversation that's going to have whenever they sit down for this. If it happens, it's going to be hard to see the Vikings win fewer than 14 games. Honestly, would that be nice? Sure, but you got the other side of the coin as well, and that's the rookie or the second year guy, and is it going to mess with his psyche, or what's going to happen there?
If I was the Vikings, I wouldn't do it.
I mean, that's where I'm at. That's where I've been at, and my opinion on this the last few years, because you kept on tormenting me with it. I'm like, I do not want this, but it's my
It's
team.
been in the
I'm still gonna
cards.
cheer.
It's been in the playbook. It's been there. We've seen this story before. It's just going to play out again.
Okay, we saw what Sam Darnold did with this team last year. You know,
I'm surprised they didn't try to keep him.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Because how much he would have commanded. You saw the money that he got.
Yeah.
B, when it came down to it, pressure situations, he folded like a house of cards.
Yeah.
You know, regular season, you know, no pressure, whatever. But as soon as there was expectations put on him.
Yeah, we really didn't talk about the end of the playoffs there.
No, I don't think we talked after that.
I don't think we did.
At
least not on here.
You were off cruising. You were enjoying the waves.
I went out of the country for 2 weeks, but yeah, that did not end how I expected it to end, for sure.
No, all three teams going 0-3 in the playoffs. What? How does that happen?
No.
Like I honestly would have thought that the Lions would have at least done something. Yeah, dude, bro, how old is that shirt? You haven't won the division in like 4 years.
It's still true though.
I know it's
the North is not enough.
I know.
I know obviously it's a division champion shirt, but
right.
The North is not enough. We need to as a division, we need to be fucking
Wait, where is it? There we go.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So yeah, no,
how do we dominate throughout the whole regular season? And then all three of us can't make a single win.
Well, you guys played the eventual Super Bowl champs.
This is true.
And you just couldn't stop the run, is what it comes down to on that, which is kind of nice because we're going to be able to run way more now. And then the Lions.
I'm hoping that's one of the things they address.
Who did the Lions lose to? I forget who they lost to, but it was kind of ridiculous. Wasn't it the Buccaneers or something like that? Or
no. Rams, wouldn't it have been?
No, we lost to the Rams. Or maybe they both lost the Rams. I forget. Did the Lions have the number 1 seed? Yeah, they had the number 1 seed, so it could have been they played the Rams. Anyways, doesn't matter. They lost, and we lost to the Rams, and that was, kind of our eye opener. Like, okay, we need to be more tough up the middle, and you seen what they did. So they got more tough up the middle on both sides of the ball, which is very, very key. Yeah, I think the North, we beat up on really crappy opponents for the most part. And, when teams we played like good playoff teams, it was tougher sledding, but then we just killed a bunch of crappy teams.
Commanders.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Commanders.
Yeah, they had, man, that quarterback, bro, on that team.
The team with no name.
Oh, man. But, so yeah, I guess next show gonna be pre-post draft. I mean, doesn't seem like a whole lot. Well, we might have an emergency meeting.
We might have one before then.
If the elephant in the room happens. And that's gonna be I'm freaking out like, no, what the why?
We might not be able to do that one live because
no. Will I have button here that I can you know,
I should
mess
add
with to
that.
make it sound like yeah. So
Hmm.
uh I really hope it doesn't happen, honestly.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy taking us to the promised land. Let's go.
The city of Green Bay is definitely getting geared up for the draft.
Oh,
They
yeah,
have
that's there
actually.
this year, isn't it?
It is. It is here in
Are you
Green Bay.
going?
I am not. I'm working.
Oh, all weekend?
Well,
I mean, I know you're working Friday, so you can't really stay out
to be
Thursday
honest,
night.
I
But
love football, but I am not going to try and put myself in the middle of that. It is going to be a
chaos. The
madhouse.
closest thing to you guys having a
I
Super
mean,
Bowl.
I'm a mile from it, and I'm going, do I really have to?
Like I've been to like
But with the way
Super
traffic
Bowl.
patterns go and stuff, I don't think I'm gonna see too much here.
Right. Yeah.
Unless I go like to 172 in between the airport there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. So I've been to a city that's hosting a Super Bowl the week of. When I lived down in Indianapolis, they were
This will be
hosting
my
it,
first time.
and I'm like, I went there. I'm like, hey, cool. But yeah, no, it is mass chaos, and it was freaking cold, and
Yeah.
it's not gonna be freaking cold for you guys.
It's snowing here right now.
Is it snowing still?
Right now it is.
Isn't it supposed to warm up though?
It probably is. I mean,
Because that's
let's be real.
what is it this coming week? When is it?
It's in April.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be fine.
So yeah, it's gonna be probably pretty warm.
We got
But
62
I
on
mean,
Monday, so
we do sometimes get snow in April. I'm just saying.
yeah,
So
but it's not that cold snow. It's
right.
hey, it dropped down because it started raining and now
Right.
it's snowing. So
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah, they've changed our garbage routes and everything for that event. Yeah.
They're trying to
city-
show the NFL that they could handle a Super Bowl.
The city is doing their best. And I'm glad because it's going to bring a lot of money to this community and
Right.
we
Yeah.
could use it.
The village.
I mean, shut up. A place like Detroit and stuff, it probably doesn't do much on the barometer of their economy, but for
No, it
the city
still
of Green
brings
Bay,
in an influx though. It's just like other festivals and stuff like that. It does bring an influx of people and money. So
yeah, and I welcome it.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people who are in those industries that are very happy about it. So
yeah. So I also did see a stat somewhere. I think that the Vikings are the biggest spender this offseason at this point,
Yeah.
money wise, which we all knew was going to happen.
who spent the least?
Not the Packers.
Not the Packers.
Yeah, it was not the Packers. Hold on, it's on a thing here. Give me a second. Sorry, guys, I did not think about this.
Not prepared.
Definitely not prepared. All right.
So while you're looking up that, I'll talk about not really so much the acquisitions as the de-acquisitions of the Green Bay Packers so far this
Right.
offseason. They have several. Some of them I expect, some of them I did not. AJ Dillon is going to the Eagles. That one's pretty much expected.
He might be a big farm sim player.
Farm sim player?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So here it is. I found it. All right, cool. Save image as Yeah, no, and he's been on another streamer's stuff, and there's potential that we might be able to wiggle a little conversation with him.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
see. We'll see.
interesting. Yeah, so he's been. He really seemed like he came into this community and he really liked it. So it's interesting that he's going to the Eagles, but we wish him well. Oh, is that
right.
how much spent?
Yeah, so we are obviously at the top at 244 million. You guys are kind of in between, which is expected. You guys kept some people,
Yep.
that kind of thing. Pittsburgh right now, they are
Steelers. Wow.
a crap fire.
Wow.
The Bengals actually, I think I don't know if it's come out yet or not, but they're working on contracts with both their wide receivers. So
And TJ Slayton, one of our biggest run defense players, has also signed with them as well.
With the Bengals?
With the Bengals.
That's interesting.
As far as I understand.
So yeah, no, and
that's actually one of them that I'm like,
line's a little lower. I'm really surprised the Bears isn't higher than this, but
because Slayton was a big part of our run defense,
Yeah.
And
was he a safety or linebacker?
Defensive line.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So much I paid attention to him.
We also lost cornerbacks Stokes and Ballantyne.
You lost them, but you kept S-Head, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. What did he play, like 5 games last year?
Like I said, I'm really I don't and one of them that's not on your list for the Vikings, Eric Wilson was supposed to be going to the Vikings.
Oh no, yeah, I didn't really go over that one, but
Okay.
yeah, it's in that list. I just didn't.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's right. Because he used to be a Viking. That's why I thought.
Right.
I forgot he went there for like a couple years.
Yeah, at least 1 or 2. I don't remember. But...
I guess he realized the error of his ways and got the heck out of Dodge.
Well, at least he doesn't want a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, because you guys are winning so many in the last 15 years.
We'll win one before you guys will.
Nah, man, we got Rodgers. He's gonna do it, man.
You got Rodgers?
No, we don't. No, the other Rodgers.
Oh, okay.
Got him. Yeah, Eric Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just kind of skipped over this one because, again, he has a Vikings jersey on from before.
Right.
So.
Yep.
Didn't say Packers on here. Probably did. It's a Vikings site, so they probably didn't want to say the name Packers on it. Which, I mean, to be fair, you guys would probably do the same thing.
The other one that in free agency, this isn't Packers related, but that I'm curious about. What do you think is going to be a landing spot for Cooper Kupp?
Oh, he's already signed.
Oh, he did.
Seattle.
When? Seattle.
I think it was Friday.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
I saw he was leaving the Rams, but I didn't see where he signed.
Yeah, apparently he was talking about because he's from the West Coast, like from Washington, like so it kind of makes sense.
Well, he's only been with the Rams, so he's been in LA the whole time.
Unless somebody came up with a amazing offer, it would just make sense to I'm just gonna want to go where I want to be comfortable and.
Yeah, I figured it'd be probably somewhere pretty close. I was thinking it'd be funny to see him go to Dallas, but.
Dallas can't pay for anybody. That's the thing. Like they have no money.
Yeah.
And they're not going anywhere anytime soon because, well, their owners are very sus when it comes to they want to keep their own guys because they feel so confident in their draft picks even if they clearly suck.
Yeah.
if they show any kind of promise, they were like, "We gotta keep them. We gotta keep them. We thought they were good, so blah blah blah." And it's just ridiculous, honestly.
Right. What are you looking for in your team's drafting?
I would like a. I would love for the first rounder to be a corner, and then somewhere in there, I would like them to go after like a big bruiser type running back, like a big boy. That's just gonna flat out run you over because that's come later season. That's when it, you know, other teams are kind of like worn out and stuff like that. You get this guy coming at you, and it's gonna be harder to bring down. Just like Saquon.
All right.
So yeah, that's my 2 draft hopes.
Okay.
My wish list.
Well,
You guys looking for maybe a quarterback or something?
the whispers right now from our camp is that they're going to pick up a receiver first.
Yeah, you need one of those too.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest,
We're gonna have some holes to fill with the defense though too. So it'll be interesting.
you have a few holes, and you're not 100% certain on the quarterback yet either.
The quarterback, I think we're okay on.
He's above average, but
yeah, they're not going to do anything at quarterback.
He's not.
They're not going to be drafting a quarterback. If they draft a quarterback, I would be very shocked. They've been surprising me a little bit the last. I'm sorry.
Well, they drafted him a long time ago when Rodgers was still pretty strong.
Yeah, but Rodgers had been there a good number of years and was on his decline.
Yeah, I don't feel that Love has the HOF itch.
Well,
he's good, but
I think he's still growing and he's still improving as well.
He has the wrong G.
I don't think they're going to bring in anybody as a serious. They may bring someone in to challenge him because we do like to do that in the organization, but I don't think they're going to do that in the draft.
Right.
I don't think they're going to do that in this draft.
Well, don't you have that other quarterback yet? Willis or whatever his name is.
Right. Yeah.
So
if they really wanted to, they could use him, or they could bring in another quarterback that can be on the practice squad or
so
as a backup.
What's your confidence level of your team going into this coming season? As is.
I want to see where the draft shakes out before I figure that out. To be honest with you. They have a lot of holes right now they need to address. But I've been wrong on their choices on that in the past, so
yeah.
Let's see where it goes for now. I would like to see a good, a good number of our defense spots filled in the draft.
Yeah.
Our offense has some too, but a lot of our offense's problem this year has just been straight up not being aggressive enough. It hasn't been that we haven't had the people or the talent. It's that we haven't really pushed like we should sometimes.
Sometimes when you do push, though, that's when Love has made some.
And that's a growing thing. No, that's a growing thing. So I'm definitely gonna be interested to see what we pick up in the draft, for sure.
Yeah. Right.
So.
Yeah, I obviously there's this one thing, the looming elephant in the room that's hinging. But either way, if we go with JJ, which I'm hoping for, excuse me, he just needs to be average with the team that he has around him.
Right.
Don't F up, make some good
You don't always need a, Hall of Fame quarterback to be good,
Right. Just need a guy that's not going to.
Those Hall of Fame quarterbacks turn into divas.
What? No way.
I hope you guys get the Diva.
But
Because
do
I think it will
you?
be entertaining. Yes, I do. Absolutely.
I mean, with
I
the
think it will
Favre
be
thing,
entertaining as hell.
you guys were a little worried there that he might actually pull it off.
Yeah. Yeah, with Favre we were. Yeah.
And you're like, no, they can't win the Super Bowl because
With
they have more division titles, and now they have a Super Bowl. What will we do?
with Rodgers, I'm a lot less concerned about that.
Right. Which
Yeah.
would make you probably more concerned because, usually opposite happens of what you're concerned with. Not you specifically, just in general.
Yeah.
The whole Murphy's Law thing.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's if he's average, I'm good with 9-10 wins, Oh.
Yeah.
It's just
honestly,
get in the game and
I still think this division is going to be
way.
very strong.
Yeah, I mean the Bears are getting way better, which on paper they're getting better. We'll see how the new coach, because we've seen good offensive coordinators go to teams and just completely flop as a head coach.
Yep.
And defensive coordinators too, like just in general, like coordinators that are really good as a coordinator, and then they go to coaching and they just like flip a switch and forget what made them good. So.
Yep. But there is one thing that we both absolutely know.
Yes, the Bears
Still suck.
Bye.